My name is Alex Bensinger, competitive cyclist and 7-time Tour de France winner. I've seen it all in my cycling career, and today I'm going to be reviewing Kansas City's new bike sharing program, known as B-Cycle.
Union Station, Kansas City. Recently, Kansas City has introduced this awesome new thing called a bike sharing program. Now, what's a bike sharing program? Well, like all great developing cities, Kansas City is trying to make travel, it's trying to make commuting, and it's trying to make exploring the city as seamless as possible from a transportation standpoint. We've seen awesome things come about, like our new rail car here in the Kansas City area, and now I'm excited to test out what we have next, which is Kansas City's bike sharing program. Now, you can't just put bikes out there and expect things to go well. So we're looking for a few things today from these bicycles that we're going to be riding. Number one is we want it to be convenient. We want it to be more convenient than riding a car. Two, we want it to be safe and simple. And three, we want it to be well priced as well, so it can be accessible for everyone. It looks like about half the bikes here are gone today. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. There's quite a few bikes gone. I assume that means that people are using it. So I should be able to take this bike and ride it wherever I need to go, and I can leave it at any of the many bike stations across the Kansas City area. Looks like they're kind of configured to the shape of the streetcar to follow that north to south kind of pattern, but it gives you a little bit more reach and flexibility than the streetcar, so we're excited to kind of test this out today. The instructions are clearly marked on every bike kiosk, but I thought I would take you through how to get properly set up. Okay, you're just going to need a few things to get started. Assuming you're already wearing the latest in biking apparel and fashion, you will need a credit or debit card, a valid US passport, your original birth certificate, no copies, no photocopies will be allowed, a small battery-powered flashlight, and obviously a large tablet. Begin by selecting Guest, tell the computer you want to rent out a bike, accept the policy, and insert your credit card. Now, it took me a few times to get the credit card to work, so don't get discouraged. Then select the bike that you would like to take your valid US passport and hold it up to the screen for it to be scanned, and then you should be good to go. Now, don't forget your birth certificate. Now, this is a very important step. You're going to need to leave your birth certificate directly on top of the kiosk where you retrieved your bicycle. You should be able to pick it up once you get back, but definitely don't forget that step. Now, there are a few things that are important to mention about this bike, and a few things that I noticed after riding it for just a few minutes. Number one is this is a Trek bike. It has the Trek logo on it. Trek is one of the highest quality biking companies in the world. Lance Armstrong, the 7-time Tour de France winner, rode in the World Championship of Cycling and won it 7 years consecutively on a Trek bicycle. Whether or not you're doing steroids, that's pretty impressive. We've got 2 brakes here, just like a normal bicycle. The seat here is adjustable. It's very easy to adjust up and down. I'm a tall guy, so I like to keep it up there. Something that I didn't realize about this bicycle is that it has gears. So I'm actually able to change gears, which is a huge plus. Everyone rides differently. Everyone needs the bike to be geared differently. So it's nice to see that there's that option. It makes this bike a lot more functional and usable, in my opinion. Now, a super nice thing about this bike is that you don't have to service it. You don't have to worry about pumping up the tires, oil in the chain, or even storing it for that matter. As long as you're not too discouraged by the $3 per 30-minute ride price, this could be a pretty good option for you in terms of commuting or just exploring the city. What a great activity if you're having family down in the city to just rent some bikes for an afternoon and ride around and then return the bikes and not even have to worry about owning bicycles or storing them or maintaining them, because really this is something that you're only going to use once or twice a year. But when that once or twice comes, it's epic. Additionally, there's this cool basket thing where you can put some of your goodies. So I know what you all are thinking. You're like, okay, dope, cool bike, right? How does it ride? It rides well. You know, the ride of this bike is fairly outstanding. I can tell you for certain that this bike is in a good state of maintenance. Additionally, you can get pretty fast on it. When I get on some of these straightaways or some of these downhills, I can really gear down and let this puppy fly. I'm so excited about this. Good job, Kansas City. Like, this is such a wonderful way to get around, or even just to spend an afternoon. The bike station I picked this bike up at was right next to my place, just a short walk away. So it's functional, it's useful. Now, if you take a look at the map now, you can see all of the different places in Kansas City that I can go now that I have my sweet, awesome bike. But those are just places I can drop off the bike. I really can go anywhere, considering that the bike has a lock. So, big question is, would I recommend this to a friend? The answer is yes. How did you guess? Are you riding or are you hiding? This bike lock is like connected to the bike. Here you have this little open. After you insert the lock in here, this key actually is able to pop out, and this is how you retrieve the bicycle. Now, for all of you pro bikers out there like me, you know you're not just gonna leave your bike locked up in the middle of the city like this. I mean, there's chances for theft, there's chances for vandalism, and there's even chances during the holiday season, all of the bikes could be unavailable. So, actually, before I end this video, I'm gonna show you a quick modification that you can make to your bike to make sure that you get it back every single time. This will protect you against theft, and this will also make the bike permanently available to you only. It's a one-owner bicycle. You got to keep it on the rack when you're storing it, but it will always be available on the rack for you. And this is how it works. It says reserved for POTUS. That stands for President of the United States, and this is even Donald Trump's signature here. So, little pro tip here: get yourself a sign like this, print it off on some cardstock paper, and then whenever you park the bicycle, how you doing? Okay, so returning the bike is a breeze. All you have to do really is just slide it into any spot, and don't forget to attach your sign before you leave. And there you have it, folks. Don't forget to leave your sign on the bike. Definitely would recommend using these bikes sometime if you're in the area or if you live in Kansas City. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more awesome KC content like this. Yes! We'll see you later. Bye-bye.